Today is Friday, May the 17th, 2018. I'm Keith War, and welcome to another episode of Homeless in Titusville. And today I'm being joined by, what is your name, sir?
Gypsy.
Gypsy.
That's what I've been called since 9 years old.
Okay, so what's your government name?
Sean, but I don't know. I ain't even heard that but 3 times in 5 years.
Sean, and your last name?
Osbourne.
Sean Osbourne.
But nobody knows me as that.
Okay, and where are you from?
Tennessee. Kingsport.
So you were born and raised there in Tennessee?
Yeah. I started coming here 20 years ago.
Here to Titusville?
Yeah.
And you're how old?
36, almost 37.
Okay. And you told me that you are a homeless traveler, a homeless gypsy.
Yeah. I've traveled everywhere. I've been, there ain't no one in the East United States I ain't been. Nowhere, not a state, I don't think. Mexico, I've done that. You know, it's different. You don't want to go to Mexico. For real, it's a real third world country. You go walking down the road, I turn around and there'll be people following you. My wife, she's like, no. She was Hispanic, the old Mexican, the Aztec. You know, they have the different skin color and the whole 9 yards, the real deep.
Right.
And her Spanish was the old Spanish, the old language. Yeah.
So, are you still married?
No.
No, you're not. And how about children? Do you have children?
Yes. I got my daughter, she's 4. Her name's Vanellope with a V. And her middle name's Esther from the Bible, and the last name's Osbourne. And then I got my son Hayden Gypsy Osbourne. And I've got Alyssa Rain Osbourne.
And then where do they live?
My son Hayden Gypsy and Vanellope are in Mims on 46 down there across from neighborhood across from the KOA, kind of over there.
Oh, okay.
Right, but
do they live at the KOA, or you said they live in the
she owns a home and all that.
Okay.
Her ex-husband was retired from NASA and all that or something. And my other daughter is in Virginia or California. I haven't seen her in years because that was a bad divorce.
Okay.
I'm married in the West family.
So how about brothers and sisters? Do you have any brothers and sisters?
I got an older brother. He's 41, 42. And I got a younger brother. It's like 30, 31.
Parents?
My dad, he's passed a few years ago. And my mom, she's down in Mims, and she's one with the kids.
So your mom, she doesn't live this homeless gypsy lifestyle?
She's nothing like that.
And how about your brothers?
They don't either. Well, my little brother kind of does, but he does it within the town. I've been doing this since I was 12 years old. I'd get up and go. I'd get bored. And, it wasn't nothing to find me 8 years old, 8 miles down the road on a bicycle. She'd say, "Where you been?" They told me they seen you all the way up Boone, like 8-10 miles away. I said, "No." She'd go, "Yeah, they pretty sure they seen you on the red bike." And I was like, I was doing that when I was young.
What is it about this lifestyle that appeals to you?
Different. People can't handle it. That's what I like about it. It's a professionality thing. It's a profession. It really is. You learn to do it.
Eaten up by bugs.
That part.
The police and the trespasses.
Well, that police trespasses happen, but it happens regardless. Oh, money's not a problem. Sometimes. So those times I go through hard things, but those times that I wouldn't have been as loaded as I was and blessed at that time if I hadn't been homeless. Sitting there over $5,000 and $10,000 because I was homeless, because I'd meet this person and then we get talking and I start playing at different bars, like a harmonica, guitar, meeting different people.
You're a musician.
I'm an everything musician.
What instruments do you play?
Harmonica, that's a definite. Guitar, mouth harp, rap, poetry. I do the whole 9 yards. I used to do that. I was a professional actual breakdancer, go and win contests, but after I had the accident where I got run over, I was in a coma 6 months. Broke both legs 13 places, 36 bones in my body, put me in a coma, brain aneurysm, broke my hip, my pelvic bone, handicapped me, so, I can't do it like I used to. And I was into martial arts really heavy, boxing.
So do you draw disability?
Yeah, I draw disability. That's just starting up and Social Security off my dad. That's just now starting. It's because
so Social Security from your dad, and then you're also getting it for yourself.
Yes,
for your
on the first and the third. I'm just starting that up. So I have to actually be first month it's actually settled in, it's going, because they're still processing on the full payments. But I've been
And do
doing
you get it for physical disability, mental disability?
It's physical and emotional, post-traumatic stress disorder, ADHD, and physical, and then they changed it to both after I got hit, because it's broke. I got a pelvic mesh, collapsed lung, you name it. I had everything. I was in a coma.
Doesn't being homeless aggravate those conditions?
It does.
So then why would you choose this?
I got to go. I want to go. I love to go. I really do. It's, there's times I didn't want to be homeless things. I've had hard things, but as my older brother said, told mom said, I was the strongest man he's ever met in his life, and he bench pressed like 500 pounds, 6'1", 220, big old guy, but he said, I'm the strongest person ever met in his life emotionally.
Well, you've told me some interesting things about yourself. You told me, for instance, where is the craziest place you've ever gotten married?
Mexico. In Durango.
I thought you got married on a television show.
That wasn't the craziest. Mexico was crazy. I knew a little Spanish at the time.
Okay.
Hablo español. So I understood like 20% or something, enough. But I'm like, you be talking about me, I don't know, and I don't understand a word the dude's saying, and I'm like, see, you know what I mean? Yes, right. I do, whatever. And she's like, I don't know what he was telling me, but we got married, but it's not legal in America. Show up, because we got married there, we didn't do it.
But you told me you got married on
the Jerry Springer show. Yep.
When was that?
2008 or 2007.
Do you remember what the name of the show was when it was on?
The first one, the first one was Paco's Picajo. That was when I went.
Paco's Picajo.
And me and my best friend, we followed over, which
that sounds like a winning episode.
It was great. We got. They done interviews with us afterwards. Everything was aired. It's one of the greatest. The second time was when I got married. Me and her went again, and that was my mom had called the show because she didn't want me married. She just.
Is the Jerry Springer show, honestly, is it bullshit? Is it staged? It staged?
Some is, but Ayers, I can't say Ayers was the truth. They wasn't a damn line there. We had already acted that show out, so we just reenacted it and felt them all the emotion. Let me tell you what they do. They give us energy drinks after energy drink. Had us so fired up on that. And get you back. Did you hear Paco's in there talking about you? Me and Paco didn't believe it, because that's what they do. Their jobs. You know what I'm saying? The couriers for frustration. And we got out. We fought. I bladed his lip, and he gave him a knot on my head. We did all that. Afterwards, we gave.
You guys fought on the episode.
No. We did it on purpose. Afterwards, they wouldn't let us leave at the same time. He said, "I'm good," and he just walked out the room, and we gave each other a big hug in the hallway.
So you gave them what they wanted.
Right.
Is what you did.
That's why me and Paco roll. They call him Paco because he only had one pair of pants, and they were Paco pants. Okay. And he was a roofer, only one for 2 months. That's all he had. And everybody started calling him Paco, and it stuck.
How the hell did you get on Springer? Did you call them?
Yes, my old lady was asleep, and my son, the newborn baby, 3 weeks old, 2 weeks old, 3 or 4 weeks old, or whatever, something like that. Was asleep. He'd wake up with me in the mornings at 9 o'clock and watch the Jerry Springer show. As soon as he'd be dead asleep, and he's like 2 weeks old, 3 weeks old, and he'd hear Jerry, he'd wake up and start crying. And he would sit right there. He really couldn't sit, but he'd listen to it.
Oh my!
And then I'm sitting there and I'm like,
what did your family and friends think about you being on Jerry Springer?
They didn't know until my mama and my little brother and some family members lived over in the projects over in Kingsport. They were sitting there watching. They was a religious Jerry watchers. And all of a sudden, she said, "Is that John?" and JJ went, "Oh my!" And next thing you know, then they watched about a year and a half, 2 years later. She said, "Is that Sean again?" And then she looked again. "Is that Sean again?" What?
Unbelievable.
So did
they pay you anything to be on the show?
They will, but they don't won't enforce it. They don't bring it up. You got to enforce it.
Oh, so you have to ask for a little money.
Second time, we asked. I wanted a lot.
What did they pay
had
you?
Spent $10,000 getting us there. You got to remember the hotel.
Oh yeah.
And
flights and
the limousines and right. So now they're too deep into it. So I ain't going on the show for less than $800. And they got to give me a $500 card to go out to the bars and for a night, because they try to send you out within like 35 hours once you get there. Second time, we're sitting to me and Bart over most of no, we're not leaving. We're going to stay for we're staying another night. And we're going out to Hard Rock Cafe. We're going out to...
where was the show being filmed at that time?
That's Chicago.
Oh, so it's still in Chicago, because now I guess it's up in the Northeast or something.
Yeah, and it was originally he was the mayor of Cincinnati.
Yes.
And he got fired, and that's how he ended up there.
Well, he got caught. He wrote a prostitute a check. Can you imagine asking a prostitute, "Will you take a personal check?" I mean, dude, talk about a paper trail.
My girlfriend got to meet him, like sat beside me and you for 20-30 minutes and getting her hair done. We was getting married, you know, they was doing their makeup, they do the whole 9 yards. Like $1,000 things what it normally cost you. And he was right beside getting his done. She looked over and seen him, and here come his wife in there. Gorgeous, like
she
the
young?
president's wife. Yeah, gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? It's Springer. And
sure, she's in love with his money.
Look at Trump. And I mean, he's got most beautiful first lady we've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Other than Michelle Obama.
If you like that kind of look, personally, to me, I don't like women that look like circus clowns that wear all that crap on their face.
I don't care what the makeup. That's the body. It's the features. You know, lips, eyes.
But you can't really tell what she really looks like because she's got so much crap on her face.
Sometimes I can actually. I can look and see features regardless of that. I just that's like when I look at somebody, I don't see bad. I try to see the good in them. So when I look at a little woman, I'm trying to see her beautiful attributes, not her flaws. That's like the movie. What was it? The best suave dude ever. What was it? I know you remember the movie.
I'm not judging who she is or whatever. This is something she can help. You know, we can't help the way we look for the most part, but you know, those are added things. So, but anyway, let's move on to how do you see yourself politically? Are you a Democrat or Republican? You vote? You don't vote? Do you vote? You don't.
I'm somewhere in between independent and Democrat and Republican. I like attributes of all three.
Okay. So kind of you're like most of us, like, including myself. You're more on the issue rather than being a part. You're not a party person. You're more on what interests you.
Just like I'm not Baptist. I'm not a religious person. I'm a Christian. There's a difference.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have no specific.
So you don't believe in the organized religion, like brick and mortar place, but you have a relationship with God, spiritual relationship with God in your mind and.
Well, you know, I had a book. It was called Romanian Gypsy Law and Traditions, and it was my Bible for years. I got to get another one. I had it for 3 years. I read it 50 times. And
are you ethnically Romanian, or what are you?
Well, see, there's different tribes. The Gypsies that come from Romania, Ireland, which were the Tinkers. They called them Tinkers. They were Gypsies. They exist in America, and it's you got the Wine tribe. You got different tribes of it. Ours is it's like the mixed tribe of the ones I know I've met. And
are you physically a member of one of those tribes, or
yes,
you just?
Yes.
So you are. And which tribe?
I sure did. I met him in Kentucky actually at Baccarat. Hey, the king of the Gypsies, Ron. Sure did. He died in California, and he's like thousands of them went out surrounding the hospital and stuff. I didn't get to go. It was like a big rally. You know, they all went because the king of the Gypsies was dying.
You also told me some interesting things about, you said your uncles and your aunts and things. You said your uncles or something were musicians, professional musicians, well known.
Yeah, the Osbourne brothers. Good old Rocky Top, Tennessee. They're the ones that wrote that song.
And how were they related to you?
Great uncles.
Great uncles.
Sure was. They were harmonicas and guitar players, banjo and all that. And my dad was, and my uncles are on both sides of the family. And we're just, all us Osbournes are musically inclined from. You know, I rap, or poetry, and I actually very good. Got many videos out on YouTube of rapping, poetry, guitar, harmonica. You know.
Is that how you feed yourself out here on the streets? Is by so you don't really panhandle, you play, and you kind of ask,
right? It's
put
called
your
busking.
Hat out.
It's busking. It's legal in John Stewart from as long as you don't put a sign out and you don't ask somebody for money. That's illegal. You can go to jail. If I'm sitting there,
you just gotta put your hat out there
and put a quarter in it, and it's saying, "Ain't my fault." You come on and put $20 or $50 in it, but you know, it's some people that feel sorry and put it in, but when you're good, and after you sit there and you stick with it now, man, people have come back by like, oh, that guy's there, and then next thing you know, they're going and getting people. They know it's your spot or your area on a certain day of the week. Next thing you know, you'll look up at that same time, lunch, and there'll be 40, 50 people sitting in the car with the windows down.
Well, why don't you use this talent to get yourself off the street?
That's what I'm in the process of doing. I'm trying to find, I'm just now getting harmonicas going. Because I went 8 years without harmonicas when I was in Mexico. And my wife didn't like music and guitar stuff really. And I just didn't do it. And I started back,
Are you guys still together? No? So you guys are divorced?
I haven't talked to her at all.
Okay. And you guys don't have any children together?
We have one.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Penelope, my half Hispanic daughter.
Okay.
And the oldest daughter, 13-year-old, she's half Greek. Greek, yeah.
Well, that's cool. Sounds like you got a very diverse...
And my son's a lot of Irish and Scottish.
Does your child speak Greek, or the mother speak Greek? Kelly Mara?
She knows
Kelly
some
Sparrow,
words.
Kelly
She knows some words.
Yeah?
She knows some words, like suke, and things like that, I know a little Hebrew and...
The only Greek I know is Adegamishu Malakis, which is fuck you asshole. Because when I was in the Navy, I was with some Greek sailors. One guy lives in Athens. I still talk to him. But sounds like you've had a pretty full life.
I have. When they went crazy, I was back up when I told you I got run over. 13 months before I was run over in Mims, but it only knocked me like 8 feet from the van. It didn't hit me that hard, but it just hurt my knee. I got up and walked in circles. It dazed me though. And right there on the side of the main road, waiting on the ambulance, I sat right there and I drank a beer. My nerves were tore. I did.
Okay.
The car was sitting right there, and the ambulance like said, "Ain't nothing." My mind. Panicked. The cop said, "I ain't worried about it. He's not even hearing me right now." I looked at him and was like,
"Do you drink a lot? Would you consider yourself an alcoholic?"
Alcoholics go to meetings.
Okay. Yeah, and I know the other one, rehab is for quitters, and you're no quitter.
You know what they say? Alcoholic steal a quarter or two from you. A drug addict will steal a quarter or two from you and help you look for it. That's what they say in the meetings. I used to actually run a couple different meetings for months at a time. Sure did. I've been clean longer than anybody. Been 9 months, a year, going into. I had done rehabs for drinking, things like that. But that's alcohol and weeds. That's all I do.
And I see you have a dog out here with you, and the dog has a service.
Service dog.
Is the dog really a service dog?
Yes, sure is. I got a certificate in here. I'm also an ordained minister. I'm married people.
What's your education? What's your level of education?
I didn't graduate school, but the Bible college I went to had they know ways around it. So through them, I'm accredited, but it's not accredited through as another way. But I also took many regular college courses other than.
Do you have an associate degree?
I've got a master's degree in theology, and I'm pushing, and I'm equivalent almost to a bachelor's degree in theology, and a little world language, or a minor in it.
Okay.
Equivalent to, because where I went, it wasn't actually accredited, but it's
what was the name of the school?
It starts out where you're getting clean, but they train you to be not just train. It's called Bible Training Center. It's a Bible boot camp.
And where's this at? What state?
It's in like 40 states.
So is it online?
Of course, you can find. You can find them all.
Well, what I'm saying is, you take the courses online, or was it something you sat in a classroom all day?
It's you live in the church. It's a rehab, but you don't leave for 28 months.
Oh, okay.
And you're there 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, from people with doctor's degrees and famous pastors from all over the world of different religions. We learned. Those Jehovah's Witnesses came in, those Baptists came in, Catholic came in, all these different religions and different preachers with different opinions come in and learn. And I said, how am I going to learn anything with this? And plus, people come in here and teach us the doctorate, and Scientology of Bible. But he said, chew up the meat and spit out the bones. And I got thinking myself, all right. He said, it's up to you what you learn here. So that's what God get right. So
that's with anything, really.
Yeah, it really is. He said, you chew up the meat and spit out the bones. It's up to God if you make it or not. And if you cursed, you wrote James 3 out of the Bible 3 times, which was taming the tongue. And if you ignored authority, you know, and wouldn't do what they said or something, they would write Romans 13 3 times, which is submission to authority. And if you stole something or just got to where they was about to just be done with you, they make you write Psalms 119, which is the longest one in the Bible. It take you about a week to write it once.
Okay.
And that was our last straw. And sometimes if they felt you was being angry that day, they would make you sit in a 5-gallon bucket and scrub rocks for 2 hours. And right after you got done, throw them right back in the mud. And they'd say, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I let them what the hell I'm learning. Anything about God sitting scrubbing these damn rocks. Preacher left, came back away. About an hour later, he said, "You cooled down yet?" I said, "No, he left the other hour. He left me out there about 4 hours. I'm getting madder and madder." And he walks out, "It looks like you calmed down a little bit. I haven't tired. I've been there 5 hours sitting on a bucket scrubbing rocks." And he goes, "Well, what makes you think you can serve the Lord if you can't be humble enough to sit on a bucket and scrub rocks for a few hours? And then God's going to demand so much more of you." I never argued with him again. He said, "That's not coming from me. That's coming from God." I couldn't argue. I met some beautiful people. I mean, lots of doctor's degrees there. I mean, this place was intense Bible training. And I left there. I eventually left there.
Well, tell me a little bit about how you've lived your life. Are you a convicted felon?
Yeah.
You are. And what were you convicted for?
Possessions, alcohol, PIs, domestics, you know, stupid shit. I had a theft when I was 18, but it was a long story, you know. Just because somebody's in jail, I mean, I'm guilty. Just because they're not in jail, I make them innocent.
Right. Well, how about the past 5 years? Have you been in and out of jail? Or
I've been in jail 2 or 3 little times, you know, but nothing serious.
Like
a couple
PIs? Or?
Yeah, PIs, public intoxication, a couple of them. Resisting arrest. And then when I got run over, 6 months after I got run over, 8 months, coming out of a coma, just starting to learn to walk again. Just starting to learn to walk again, the cast come off, and it still took me a month to even start to learn how to stand up. They were broken 13 places with legs. I hit it 60 miles an hour. Drugs 74 feet. Spread it. Reword that question again, because I talk about that wreck, I go off.
Oh, that's all right. It's all right. So you were telling me you have this talent that you play the harmonica.
Yeah.
And I want to get into that and show people, but
started when I was like 3 or 4.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, I got handed me a harmonica, showed me how to blow it. 8 years later, he went, started playing guitar, and I was like 5, 6. I found one in my adopted mother, my brother, my dad's sister, but she adopted me. Under her bed, I found a guitar. I couldn't sing. I didn't know how to tune it. I just started messing with strings a little bit and started playing on it. And I thought after about 2 days of messing with it, I started thinking I was sounding pretty good. And the neighbor, he called me and he said, the guitar, he said, "Was you the one playing the guitar?" I'd just been playing for a couple of days. Jay goes, "Well, I thought that was a radio from the window." And I was like, he's like, "Really, was you?" And I didn't know nothing, but it was part of it's in the blood, you know, deep in the blood. So.
Well, let me ask you this: how much longer do you think you're going to be out here on the streets? Like when do you think you're going to finally settle down and get into a place and live a?
I got to find. It's got to be somewhere that's, you know, I don't really do nothing.
Do you call Titusville home? Is this where you want to hang your hat?
I don't know. I've got to find. I'm trying to find somewhere, you know, that's decent when I move in, because I don't want to suffer a terrible, you know, that first 6 days, you know. I've found many places in the past, but
I would think somebody like you with your music talents would find yourself at home in places like Nashville or.
I mean, I have a Dalton, Georgia, Mexico. I found home, you know, staying 6 months, 2, 8 years, you know. I found my home is where I lay my head. Is home. That's exactly where I lay my head. Is home. See, this is my living room.
Yeah.
I got. That's another one. Bad mouthing a cop. So I was like, who the hell are you to come over here and sit here and talk to me about having a beer? This is my damn living room. You just a visitor. Boy, he took me to jail. He was pissed. He was pissed. But hell, it's my living room. You a visitor. I live here. You know what I'm saying? That this is my living room.
I mean, it's kind of everybody's, but
that's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. You know, now if I see people going out there running up down the roads, drinking, drunk. No, I stay quiet. But sometimes you get that one.
Is there any, we're about to end this interview, but is there anything else that we haven't touched on? Anything that you would like people to know? Is there any message you have for anyone who sees this?
Yes, there is. I have a Facebook. It's under Gypsy Osbourne. There's like 6 or 7 Facebooks. These guys are a friend of mine because I can't remember the codes. That's why I got so many. I'll get it. I have a couple shows that I do on Facebook Live. One is Gypsy Life, and the other is Life of a Gypsy, where I go out and I busk, which is playing music for money. It's legal up where I'm from, so as long as I'm playing, the police can't bother you, won't bother you. Just sit there and play music and make money.
Can you play us a little something now?
Yeah, matter of fact, I was about. That's crazy you said that because I about forgot about that. But anyways, I'm trying to get my show passed on by people that watch it, and then you share the show to your friends, and their friends share it to their friends. Let everybody that pass it on tell them. And I'm somewhere because I have YouTube videos. I don't remember the names of like hundreds. I'm somewhere in the millions or billions of viewers. Plus, the Jerry Springer Show is the most watched show ever recorded in the world. I was on it 3 times. You tell me how most of my face has been seen.
Well, grab your harmonica and play us something. Harmonicas are down there. You have 2 of them, it looks like.
No, I've got a good one.
I promise I won't lose the password to my YouTube channel, and people will get to watch this.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Do you have a particular name for the song you're about to play us?
There's actually several on it. I've never touched on one, but it's kind of like Life of a Gypsy.
And this is your own...
Gypsy's going to be in it. I know that because that's what it's about.
Okay.
But see, Gypsy, it's not just about being homeless. It's a way of life. It's a religion. We believe certain religious facts, certain things a certain way, and I believe in it. That's why I am.
All right.
But this is the key to the soul. Not the eyes is the window. The music is the key. That is why God loves music more than anything.
That's pretty good, man. That's pretty good. So if I wanted to use some or part or all of that tune as my little opening and closing for my video, of course, giving you credit.
That's what it's about, Sam.
Do I have your permission?
Yes, you do.
All right. Well, cool.
I've got a few friends that record me and say, "Do you care if I share it on Facebook?" No, that's what I'm doing.
Well, I want to maybe make some of this my part of my theme song.
That'd be fun. That's what it's about. It's about alcoholism, divorce, homelessness. It all boils down to why we're homeless. Yeah. There's the reason people don't think nothing about it. A divorce. It's rough for kids, but people don't realize it can detrimentally destroy children.
Absolutely.
One parent telling a kid bad about another parent is not good. It destroys them. Just things you don't do. And if everybody paid it forward, like Bob Marley said, one love. That's why he was killed. The song "One Love." Everybody get together, have a good time. Nobody would be without nothing. Share, pay it forward. Everything be good. It's one love. I got, you got, you got, I got. Let's all have a good time. But there ain't nobody trying to hear that Bob Marley love thing. Him, and that's why he was assassinated. And I believe that's why the Beatles was because they was touching the world. He was touching the world about racism and things with the One Love song. He was killed a year later, and he was hoping on the song Imagine. Imagine if all the people were the same thing, one love. Yeah. And he was opening the world's eyes, and I think that it was a conspiracy to it. I mean, I might be wrong.
Well, listen, man, I appreciate you doing the interview, and it was nice meeting you. And you know, I'll try to follow you best I can. And for you guys out there watching this YouTube video, I appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you next time. Go ahead, anything?
And on YouTube, I also have several channels that's under Gypsy Osbourne. And you know, you might have come across videos I ain't seen in years, but I got some really good ones. I know there's a few of them that's up in 7-8 million views. I know, because I knew when I did it, it was bad. You know, when I watched it, I mean, it was they stopped the Paco's Picaho on YouTube because it was getting so popular. Now you got to pay to find it. It used to, it's free, but it was getting that popular.
All right.
But anyways, yeah, Gypsy Osbourne is what my 4 or 5 channels are on. Different channels on YouTube, and there's several videos on each channel. And Gypsy Osbourne on my Facebook. Just friend them and watch some of my Facebook live shows and share it.
Yeah, and if you guys would like to support what I do have a donate now button. As Gypsy can tell you, I try to buy the guys a sandwich or something to eat.
Yeah.
Costs gas money to come out here and do this show. So, you know, if you guys would like to make me a little donation and help support what I do, I'd appreciate that too. And we'll see you next time.
That's some polka, man.
Thank you.